I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw this guy down right about here. He's going to do his little jig around and do a little dance, raise himself up, get a drill out, and he is going to start mining for us. What's going on, guys? It is Killer Drone, and welcome to a brand new game here on the channel. This is Satisfactory. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since I have covered anything about Satisfactory here on the channel. After the E3 2018 trailer, I started covering Satisfactory pretty much daily, but because of an NDA, I haven't been able to talk about it or discuss it for the most part. But now that NDA has been lifted and I have the opportunity, thanks to the Coffee Stain guys, to bring you guys an early Let's Play footage of the game. So, huge shout out to Jace, to Snut, to Simon, to the rest of the guys over at the Coffee Stain team for giving me this opportunity. And I hope that they enjoy this Let's Play as well. I think that they're going to enjoy me noobing about in their game because I've never played a factory type game to this level before. Like, I've done some modded Minecraft back in the day, which was really fun because you could build pretty elaborate factories in there, but I've never played Factorio or anything like that, so it might get a little bit messy around here. But thanks a lot to the Coffee Stain guys for helping me out and, you know, kind of just being friends for the most part. I've actually been working with these guys for a while now, and they have been really great to me. They've been really great to the community, so thank you, Coffee Stain. You guys are awesome. I also just want to mention quickly that this is alpha footage, and this is not representative of the game at launch. This is kind of early access footage. It is not the game whenever it is released, so if we run into bugs or anything like that, they will be fixed before the game comes out. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the intro. Let's go ahead and let's start a brand new game. We're going to start off with the grass fields because the other two areas are locked in the alpha, and we're just going to call this Killer LP for Killer Let's Play. All right, let's go ahead and start the game, and we are creating an online session now. We're going to start this game in a launch pod. Now, that means that we are going to be launched down from space onto a brand new planet where we will be changing that planet's entire ecosystem with a horrible factory. There's a little tutorial here at the beginning where this screen is going to kind of come down and give a brief explanation. It's a kind of cute animation, I'm not going to lie, I really like it. But it doesn't give a whole lot of depth. It mostly just gives lore and backstory. So you're an engineer on a planet, you're gonna tear stuff down, reconstruct it into a factory. That's pretty much all the backstory that you need for the most part, right? But I do like the animation, I do like the work that they put in here. It's really, really cool looking. Yeah, I absolutely love this. There's also going to be a tutorial here at the beginning of the game where they're going to show us some of the basics. They're going to tell you like how to equip things and things like that. I'm mostly going to breeze past that because I already know how to play the game for the most part, but I am going to explain it to you guys. That way you know if you're starting your Satisfactory journey, what you need to do to start off in the game. So just FYI, I'm not going to be really listening to the tutorials myself, but I am going to be providing a tutorial for you guys for whenever you start your world. So just a little FYI, we're also dropping into the atmosphere here now. That is some awesome flame effects outside. I absolutely love that. And we should land here momentarily, and then we will be able to exit our pod into the beautiful plains area. And man, oh man, do I love this game already. I just love the effects of the game already. Not to mention, it is beautiful. Check it out. It is like a beautiful game. Anyway. Alright, let me out of here so I can play. And as you can see through the window, you can see our world that we're going to be exploring very, very soon.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is
Nice. I love the music in this game too. The music is so well done, so well crafted and put together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Satisfactory. Let's grab our little scanner device here and let's get to work. We have a factory to build. All right. This is a absolutely gorgeous world. So we're going to have some incoming messages throughout the game that is going to tell us what to do. I'm going to escape them for the most part because I've already heard them 1,552 times. But basically what the game wants us to do is to dismantle our pod that has landed down here because we're going to be able to turn this into a hub. So I'm going to hit the F key and I am going to just tear this thing down. As you can see, we got +1 hub parts. Our hub is going to be our main base at the beginning of the game. Now the game wants us to equip our Xeno Zapper. This is our first weapon of the game. This is given to you at the beginning. It's not a very good weapon, but it will do for now. It will get us through a little ways in the game at least. All right. Our third objective is going to be to familiarize ourselves with the resource scanner and to find iron. So let's go ahead and hold C, make sure that we are locating iron. That is our only ore right now, so it's the only thing we can scan for. And let's see how far away iron is. So we have 366 that way, 299 that way, 270 that way. Anything else? Looks like 270 is our closest one, so I guess that is where I will go. Also, on our way to there, I am going to grab up plants and berries and things like that. We're going to need a lot of the leaves, a lot of the wood, and a lot of the berries in order to make biomass. Well, berries aren't going to make biomass. Berries are going to heal us up, but the leaves and the wood will give us biomass. We're going to need those for our biomass generators for the beginning of the game, so just FYI, if you are starting out the game, make sure that you collect up leaves and things like that. That way, whenever you come to that point, you ain't searching around for leaves. Just grab them on your way to your iron, just if you run through stuff. All right, let's go ahead and scan here. I believe this iron ore is right on the other side of this hill. If I run past berries or leaves or anything like that, I make sure to grab them because you can never have too many of them. Can never have too many of them. All right, so here's our first iron ore deposit. By the way, pretty much all ore deposits in the game are guarded by some baddies. This guy in particular. In order to deal with these guys, they always charge you. In order to deal with them the most effective way, charge them. Charge them before they have an opportunity to charge you and just shock them with your Xeno Zapper. If you wait too long before charging them, they will charge you and deal some pretty massive damage to you. So make sure you run at these guys, at least in the alpha. They may change that in the full game, because right now these guys are pretty easy, to be honest with you. All right, let's go ahead and pick up some iron ore. This is what they wanted us to do at the beginning of the game here. All you have to do is find these iron ore pures, or you can look at the ground here and have the iron ore impures. The iron ore impures basically give you iron, but not as much iron. So at the beginning of the game, you want to mine up these pures because it gives you more from your chisel. We will be using this iron ore impure very soon, but as far as for what we're using our chisel on, we're going to use our chisel on the iron ore pure. Just because it gives more. That's basically all there is to it. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do after we get all this iron ore is build ourselves a hub. Now, we already got the hub parts earlier, if you guys remember correctly, and we're just going to go ahead and set this guy down. So I'm going to hit Q in order to open up our build menu, and then activate the hub. As you can see, the hub is on screen now, and it is a pretty big, base area. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I accidentally canceled out of it. I am going to rotate this guy until he is pretty much at a 90-degree angle with the iron ores that's up there. So I'm going to go ahead and set this guy down right about here and escape out. And yes, that is some pretty good placement right here. All right, I like that.
You have unlocked.
Okay, so we now have new features unlocked here at the hub. We need to start by upgrading our hub. So as you can tell, we don't have any walls or anything built around here. It is just a metal frame. We're going to need to get some upgrades. So what you're going to want to do is access the hub terminal. Inside of the hub terminal, you will see a bunch of milestones, both active and inactive. You're going to select your milestones and then go to the first tier that you have available, which is tier 0, and go to upgrade hub 1. And these are all of the rewards that you need to unlock. Now, in order to unlock this, all you have to do is make 10 iron rods. So make 10 iron rods and you get access to all of this. This is going to be consistent throughout the entire game. You're going to have some type of milestone cost. You're going to select that milestone, give them whatever they're asking for, and then you will unlock a bunch of things in the reward section. So right now we need to make 10 iron rods in order to get the crafting bench and all of the other things that we need in order to progress. So how do we make iron rods? Well, it's actually pretty simple. In the beginning of the game, what you're going to use is the crafting bench. You're going to get one of these at the beginning of the game, so it's pretty easy to get. And you're basically going to take all of your iron ore and turn them into iron ingots. Iron ore is pretty much useless in the game unless you turn them into iron ingots. Iron ingots make a lot of different things inside of the game, including iron plates, iron rods, reinforced iron. It's used for pretty much everything that you're going to need to craft in the game, so you're going to want a lot of it. Which is why it's going to be one of the first things that we try and automate in our playthrough here as well. So I'm just going to hold down the craft button here by left clicking until all of our iron ore is turned into iron ingots. And then we'll work on getting those 10 iron rods that we needed. Shouldn't take but just another second here, and there we go. We are completely out of iron ore, so that means that all of our iron ingots are converted. Perfect. So let's go ahead and make the 9 iron rods that we needed for this tier. Was it 9 or was it 10? I can't remember. I think it was 10. Let's go ahead and check our hub here. Tier 0. Hub upgrade 1. Yes, it was 10. So let's go ahead and select this milestone and let's go ahead and deposit our iron rods and upgrade the hub. Now, once we hit upgrade hub here, you guys will notice all of the things in the background are going to get a very slight upgrade. So hit upgrade hub. And as you can see, we now have some more metal framing as well as some new objects that we can play around with here. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out this message again. If you ever need to know what they said in those messages, you can just look over here to the left-hand side where it says complete hub upgrade 2, and that will tell you what you need to do next in order to get everything that, or use everything that you just unlocked. So let's go ahead and cover all of the things that we just unlocked, though. First off is the personal storage box. You can just think of this as like a chest. It's nothing really important. If you have some items in here that you don't want to lose, just go ahead and throw them in here. I'm going to throw in our alien carapace right now, or carpus. I don't actually know how to say that word. Anyway, I'm going to throw that into this chest here because I can't do anything with it at the moment, but I also don't want to lose it because we're going to need it for later. So I'm just going to throw that in there, and everything else I'm going to keep on me because we will be using it relatively shortly. Moving on to the biomass generator that we just unlocked, or the biomass burner, this is what we needed the leaves for. So basically what we can do is throw our leaves into this slot over here, and we will have our very first source of power. But that is not what we need to do right now. Right now, we need to figure out a way to automatically mine all of this iron. In order to do that, we're going to need the equipment workshop. Equipment Workshop is going to allow us to make portable miners and things like that. Pretty simple stuff. First off, we also unlocked another ore that we can scan, and that's going to be copper ore. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some of that stuff. Let's go ahead and scan, and oh, hey, check that out. We have some that is 140 meters away in this area, so we'll go ahead and grab some of that real quick. Also, there's once again going to be one of these guys that is guarding it. That's pretty much standard for all of the ore deposits in the game. There's pretty much always going to be some type of creature guarding the area. Now, I just saw him run down this hill. Looks like he is chasing something else, so I'm actually not even going to chase after that guy, and I am just going to grab our copper ore and move on with my life. I don't want to have to deal with those guys if I don't have to, but if he happens to come back, we will take him out pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and grab all of that copper ore, 48. That is not bad. That will do for right now. Let's go ahead and head back over to our hub. And inside of the hub, we will be able to create new items such as copper wire and other things that we just unlocked. So let's go ahead and head back into here. And I know that this is a Let's Play, but it's kind of a guide at the same time. So for those of you who haven't seen any gameplay or anything like that, I want this to be a helpful tutorial as well. So we have the copper ore now. Once again, ores are not very useful to us, so we are going to turn it all into ingots. So I'm just going to hold this down and make all of our copper ore into copper ingots. That way we can make wire and cable. So out of the copper ingots, obviously you can make wire, and with that wire you can make cabling in order to run power from place to place. We're going to be using this here in just a minute, but first off, we now have all of our copper ingots. All right, so what do we need for the equipment workshop? I told you guys about that just a minute ago. Let's go ahead and open up our builder section again and see what we need. For the equipment workshop, we need some iron plates and some iron rods. Okay, that's not too bad. We can make those pretty easy. Actually, I may already have enough for those. No, actually, we're missing everything. So we need 6 iron plates and 6 iron rods in order to be able to make this. So let's go ahead and go back into here and make up 6 iron plates and make up 6 iron rods. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and make up that equipment workshop now. I am going to set this guy right off the edge of our base. I'm also going to rotate this guy so he faces the correct direction. And there we go. Perfect. And we now have our very first equipment workshop. Now, what can you do inside of the equipment workshop? Well, you can make weapons, you can make mining operators, and things like that. What we're focused on right now is the portable miner. So I'm going to go ahead and press E to configure our equipment workshop, and we're going to see what we need for this portable miner. Okay, so it looks like we need some iron plates, some wire, and some cable. I think we have everything that we need for that, actually. So let's go ahead and head back into here. Let's make a few more iron plates. We're going to need a lot of these throughout the Let's Play. We're also going to need a little bit of wire here. And then I think the last thing that we needed was cables. Is that correct? I don't remember entirely, to be honest with you. All right, let's go ahead and access this back. Yes, that's what we needed, was cables. Perfect. So now we have this available for craft. I'm going to go ahead and craft one up. And there we go. Nice. We have a portable miner. So in order to deploy this, we are going to deploy it the exact same way that we equipped our Xeno Zapper that we have here. So all I'm going to do is unequip the Xeno Zapper by pulling it into our inventory, grabbing the portable miner, and I'm going to go throw it down over here onto some of this iron ore. Now, once again, all of this iron ore, although it is impure, we can still get iron out of it. In fact, you can't even set the portable miner on top of the weird pure structure that was there. You have to set it on flat ground. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw this guy down right about here. He's going to do his little jig around and do a little dance, raise himself up, get a drill out, and he is going to start mining for us. So now if we go ahead and access his inventory, you can see he is producing iron ore at 1 per second. That's pretty quick. That's a whole lot faster than we were able to get it whenever we were chiseling away at the rocks. All right, let's go ahead and look at our objectives over on the left side. So we've equipped the portable miner and placed it on a resource node. Next, we need to build smelters to automate the production of ingots. Okay, so we need to make a smelter. Once again, that is in our builder tab in the production panel, excuse me. And it looks like we have enough wire. It looks like the only thing that we are missing is, once again, iron rods. Okay, let's go ahead and head into our crafting bench here. Let's see if we can make a couple of iron rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I actually ended up... I actually accidentally made up 7. Goodness gracious. I'm going to get words out here eventually today, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to rotate this smelter around. And I am going to place it... let's place it right here. Now, I'm placing it relatively close to the miner and directly next to the iron ore, because we're going to have to do a little bit of running back and forth between this guy and that guy for right now, because we do not have any type of conveyor belts. And actually, I just realized I placed this guy the wrong way around. Don't do this, ladies and gentlemen. Place your smelters the right way around. Let's go ahead and queue and get this guy back up. Smelter. Here we go. Spin this guy around. As you can tell here with the arrows, the orange arrows are in and the green arrows are out. Don't make noob mistakes like Kilodrome makes. Alright, there we go. Now our smelter is facing the correct direction. Alright, so the last thing that we have to do is actually hook this guy up with a bit of power. And for that, we're going to need to use our Biomass Burner. So what I'm going to do here is access this guy, place our leaves into it like I mentioned earlier, and now we should have some power being created. Now, in order to connect this guy over to this guy, we're going to need a power cable. Now, I already have some cables made up. If you guys remember, whenever we were in the crafting bench, these are the cables that you will use in order to connect things up with power. In order to use them, you're going to hit the 2 shortcut on your keyboard. As you can see, it's the only slot that I have on my hotbar at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and you're going to get the power line option available. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the source and then click wherever I need the power to run to. And there we go. That object is now powered. Perfect. So if I were to, for instance, select iron ingot and then throw in the iron ore that we have over here from our portable miner. So I'll just grab this out. I'm going to throw it into our smelter over here, just like so. You will see that we are going to start cooking up iron ingots automatically without having to come over here to the crafting bench and make those up manually. They will just automatically be made. That is awesome. All right, so we have completed all of our objectives over on the left side. So now what do we need in order to move on to Hub Upgrade 2? Well, it looks like we need to produce some iron plates, some iron rods, and a bit of wire. Okay, I think that'll be relatively easy. Let's go ahead and make up the wire first. We need to get up to 50 wire. There we go. And then we need iron plates. How many do we need? We need 3 more and 8 more iron rods. Okay, I can do that. So 3 more iron plates. 1, 2, 3. And then, what was it? 8 more iron rods? I don't remember. I think we needed 10. There we go. Perfect. And Hub Upgrade 2. Select milestone. And once again, once we put all of the materials that it requested into these slots, just like so, we will be able to upgrade our hub. But I am not going to do that in this episode. I'm actually going to do that in the next episode. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave likes on the video, and we will continue this Let's Play next time, where we will continue with upgrading the hub and moving through all of these milestones. And, yeah, we'll continue playing some Satisfactory. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. Plenty more Satisfactory content to come here on the channel. But anyway, guys, it's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.